Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are so happy this evening that we are honoring our Temple Beth El's wonderful sisterhood and all of the women of Reformed Judaism tonight. We hope that you will join us in our first opening song this evening, which is Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim, how good it is just to be here together. Let's get our hands clapping. Hinei Ma Tov.
Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hinei Ma Tov U'Manayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. We continue with the words of Shalom Aleichem, page 24. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech Malchei Avachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech Malchei Avachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech Malchei Avachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Seifem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech Malchei Avachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 20, Lecha Dodi. Let's join together. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Bnei Shabbat, Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Bnei Shabbat, Nekabela.
Mor zachor b'dibur echad, Yishmianu el
זה במחשבה תחילה.
Everybody.
לך דודי לכלכלה בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לכלכלה בני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי בעורף קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה
לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise. לך דודי
לך דודי
לקראת כלה
לקראת כלה.
בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהולה, תוקם ונאום סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה בני שבת נקבלה.
Shabbat Shalom. Earlier today, former Vice President Al Gore called Senator Joe Lieberman of blessed memory a mensch. He said that those who seek the definition of mensch will not find it in a dictionary so much as they will find it in the way that Senator Lieberman lived his life, with friendship over anger and reconciliation as a form of grace. And as I was getting ready for Shabbat, I thought, these are the most perfect words. I thought about the women on our bima and throughout the sanctuary who value menschlichkeit, friendship, and grace. And since I started, the Temple Bethel Sisterhood has prided itself on being a multi-generational space for women to gather, to socialize, and to engage in acts of service and fellowship. As you'll hear throughout the evening, there is room for everyone who wants to be a part of Sisterhood. And that, in and of itself, is a space to understand the true definition of menschlichkeit. Rabbi Israel Salanter said that the Torah's main goal was to develop an ideal human being. Or, in other words, he said, came to make a mensch. Someone who is of good characters, who is motivated to be kind and helpful to others. The Torah's stories, commandments, wisdom, instructions, and way of living all were intended to nurture a good human being with reverence to God, for fellow human beings, and for life itself. Torah, when we define it most broadly, is all of our Jewish living and learning. It can be rooted in the sacred scroll that lives in our ark, or it can be the sacred encounters that we experience when we are in community together. Each one of the lessons we learn can help us to further define not only what a mensch is, but how we as individuals can live as one. As we celebrate the leadership, the programming, and the heart of sisterhood this Shabbat, I pray that you too feel the Jewish values that I know are embodied in our sisterhood, and that you might be called to find a new form of connection with our beloved synagogue. It is now my privilege to invite up Susan Goldstein and Lisa Swartz to offer greetings on behalf of the sisterhood.
Sisterhood. There are so many definitions. A community of women based on common goals, shared interests, and similar values. It could be the sisterhood with your sorority. It could be the sisterhood within a family. But we're here today to honor and celebrate our TBE sisterhood. What makes our sisterhood so special is our organic love for each other that begins because we are Jewish women who are passionate about being part of Temple Beth El. This is the first year that all the wonderful women in TBE are automatically members of Sisterhood, with hopes to expand our reach within our community so that all the women can experience the bonding, the fun, the love, and the support that Sisterhood offers. Good evening. I'm Lisa Swartz.
And I'm Susan Goldstein. We are the current co-presidents of your Sisterhood, which we feel contributes so much to Temple Beth El in so many positive ways. The Dalai Lama described sisterhood in general as a warm feeling of love and compassion for others. This is our Temple Beth El Sisterhood. And what makes our sisterhood so special, you ask? Everything that we do directly connects us to our Jewish values.
The beautiful montage playing above us is of sisters engaging in sisterhood activities, making friends while learning and doing mitzvot at the same time. We'd like to share just a few things that the women of Beth El have accomplished over the years, so that we may use this Shabbat to truly offer gratitude for our incredible community of devoted women.
Our outreach supports our congregants through their life cycles, beginning with the Early Learning Center and Religious School. We sell latkes at Hanukkah, we sell holiday greetings to send out in the Chronicle, and we sell honey at the High Holy Days, allowing us to then underwrite programs for the ELC and across the synagogue. All our confirmands, that doesn't sound right, they receive a personalized copy of Tanakh from us.
We send college outreach care packages to all our children at college, reminding them that they are still part of our community. While donations are greatly appreciated, it's a free program for students from Sisterhood with Love. Additionally, newlyweds are gifted a mezuzah from Sisterhood. Personally, I'm looking forward to the day my sons receive one.
Ooh.
Our members knit and crochet healing blankets, which our clergy distribute to any congregant in need of healing. We have heard many times from our clergy that these healing blankets are held onto and cherished over many years. I myself was a recipient of one, and I keep it close by. When a congregant has lost an immediate loved one, we provide bereavement meals to comfort them in their time of sorrow. We support the synagogue at large, wherever there is a need, including Friday night onegs, the Giving Tree, and the annual temple commitment for major fundraising campaigns, to name a few.
We have incredible luncheons, challah bakes, movie nights, bingo rita, and a woman's Passover experience, which is coming up April 25th. Don't forget to register sooner than later. We tend to sell out. And of course, all are welcome to visit our Sisterhood-run gift shop for your Judaica gift needs. These are just a few examples of all the incredible ways we create many paths for those to join and connect to our women and their Judaism. Since October 7th, much of our merchandise has been purchased from small businesses in Israel.
And participation in these programs are what allow us to be active in various social initiatives. We want to welcome all our women in any capacity you wish to participate, whether your involvement is big or small. Everyone is welcome. Tonight, we want to thank our phenomenal women for all that they do. Without you, none of this would be possible. We want to honor the women in our congregation and look forward to meeting new faces and making new friends.
May we continue to do the incredible work of celebrating all that women bring to Temple Beth El and the world at large, as we offer immense gratitude to those who have contributed so much. Having said all that, we are excited to welcome Shabbat all together and celebrate the beauty of our incredible community. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
It is now my pleasure to invite Jordan Klein and his parents forward to kindle our Shabbat lights in honor of his upcoming bar mitzvah tomorrow.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all those who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the great generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Mazel Tov, Jordan. It is now my pleasure to invite Stella Gross and her parents up to sanctify Shabbat with Kiddush on page 4 in honor of her upcoming bat mitzvah tomorrow.
The heaven and earth were finished, and all their array. On the seventh day, God finished the work that God had been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that God had done. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because on it God ceased from all the work of creation that God had done.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'avra uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit kinhu yom tehila l'mikraye kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'harta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodecha be'ahava uvratzon hinhatanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim. Mazel Tov, Stella.
As we approach singing the Barhu, we are reminded that the Barhu is a call, a welcoming for all of us to join together and begin to put ourselves in a prayerful space.
As part of Sisterhood, I have chosen to donate my time in making sure people feel welcomed. I love to see people smile. It gives me such nachas knowing that I've reached out to so many people and made their day much better. Many people who enter our building are new or lost or widowed, and they have no place to call home.
Sisterhood values the mitzvah of welcoming others into our tent so that each and every one of us feels a sense of community and belonging. As we rise for the Baruch, not only are we declaring we are ready to pray, but that we are ready to pray with our neighbors and welcome all those who want to worship with us with open arms.
We continue with the Barhu on page 28.
Please rise.
Night, night, night.
Please join me on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna meshanei itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil bein yom uvein laila. Adonai tzivaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamidim loch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amha Avhavta. Ahavat Olam, there is an unending love that weaves its way through our lives, through times of struggle and times of joy. Just as the stars shine at night and guide our way, the sun always rises in the morning. To enrich lives by generating bonds of love through exceptional Jewish experiences. This is the goal of our community. We are taught that we are unconditionally loved by the source of all creation, and that we ourselves can create unending love through doing mitzvot. Creating bonds of love in our community lives at the core of our temple mission. We hope that all women and their families will feel the incredible love of our community through outreached arms as we celebrate, empower, and support and love each other through all of life's trials and tribulations. Oh, may you never remove your love from us, and may we never stray in understanding the essence of our goal of modeling a life rooted in love. Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated. Page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Every year, Sisterhood plans a program around Passover. either a women's Seder or a Passover experience. This year, we took a moment to ask ourselves, why is it so important to have a women's experience on this particular holiday?
We feel that so many of the stories that are passed down from one generation to the next are often told through the eyes of a man. We want to experience the retelling of the Pesach story through a woman's point of view. After all, women were an essential part of the Exodus, giving strength and support as people sang their way into freedom.
Just like Miriam, Sisterhood aims to empower women and give all of our female members strength. And not only emotional tools, Sisterhood is responsible for giving mezuzot and latkes and honey, all the things that aim to elevate the rituals of the traditions we hold so dear.
As we begin to sing Mi Chamocha, we hope you will close your eyes, listen to the drums, and try to imagine yourself leaving the only home you've ever known, but having the faith that the path you are on will lead you to the promised land. Let us follow in their footsteps.
Page 40. כיפת אדוני את יעקב ויעלה מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom, L'shalom, V'hamitenu Shomreinu L'chaim, Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us. us beneath your wings. Oh Adonai, guard us from all harmful things. Oh Adonai, keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Adonai.
How amazing are two of our Benot Bait, two of the daughters of our congregation. In that celebration, in celebration of Shabbat, we continue with Vishamru, which can be found on page 44.
את השבת לעשות את השבת לדוברותם ברית עולם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת, שבת ויהי נפש.
We continue with the tefillah on page 46. Please rise.
Adonai, Sifatai Tifta, Uviani Techilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chasei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Geula livnei bneihem, Le'ma'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech
הגיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל, אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מפקח חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, לישני עפר, מי כמוך בגבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated.
Since October 7th, we have dedicated ourselves to selling artwork by Israeli artists who are suffering right now in Israel while the war is going on. Because of our commitment to stand in solidarity with Israel, we would like to read you this beautiful letter from the Jewish Museum, which you can see on the screen.
Thank you so much for purchasing products from the Israel Museum. We are very fortunate to have the support of our American friends. We hope that after this horrible, difficult time ends, we will reopen and you could come visit us at our museum. On behalf of our staff and the artists, thank you for your friendship and support.
As you can see, connection is vital to who we are as a nation, and Sisterhood has always been proud to support Israel and the women of progressive Judaism. Please join us in singing the prayer for the state of Israel.
Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo. Barech, barech et medinot Yisrael, rishet tzmicha geulatenu, agenu le'avat chastecha, ufaz aleazu kat shlomecha.
O Heavenly One, Rock and Redeemer of Israel, bless the people of Israel and the state of Israel through these dark and difficult days. Strengthen them and console them with the warmth of your love, and help them to find within and from you the resilience and determination to continue through these uncertain days. We grieve the tragic loss of innocent life and pray that your spirit will comfort all who mourn. Safely return all those abducted to their home, now, without delay. Let them never know another Shabbat in captivity or apart from their loved ones. Keep them from knowing any more pain.
Strengthen the hands of those defending our holy land, soldiers and civilians alike. Steel them with courage. Protect all who serve from harm. Return them home soon in safety and security. to their worried and waiting families. We pray that the people of Israel will come together as one, with the faith that together we will succeed. May the prophecy of Isaiah be fulfilled, where our people will soon know a time when nation shall not lift up sword against nation, and they will study war no more.
Amen.
Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Su Yisrael Megoron. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Su Yisrael
We have the distinct honor of ensuring that the next generation receives the tools they need in order to perform holiday rituals while kids are away at school.
It is so important that while our children are off discovering themselves, that they never lose sight of where they came from. These efforts to keep them connected helps remind them that Temple Bethel will always be there for them as their spiritual home and community. It also reminds them that there are moms waiting for them at home and that they will never be alone.
Following silent prayer, we will hear a beautiful song led by our next generation, Maddie Barenboim and Emily Singer. In this song, Song of the Divine Mother, we are reminded that God, in the female form of the Shekhinah, reminds us we are never alone, that a mother is there to help, to provide comfort, and that a mother's love is everything. We now take time now for silent prayer and meditation.
Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Now I know I'm not alone. Now I know I'm not alone. 'Cause I've been far. I've been far. Now I'm close. Now I'm close. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Sweet mother, I'm coming home. Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing? Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing? Your love is everything. Your love is everything. Heart and soul. Heart and soul. Breath and skin. Breath and skin. Your love is everything. Your love is everything. Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Mother, I need some help tonight.
Mother, I need some help tonight.
What went wrong?
What went wrong?
Will soon be right.
Soon be right.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Oh, mother, please hold me tight.
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Heart and soul.
Heart and soul.
Breath and skin.
Breath and skin.
Your love is everything.
Your love is everything.
Oh, mother, this world is strange.
Oh, mother, this world is strange.
Love me, mother, and make me brave.
Love me, mother, and make me brave.
In my dreams.
In my dreams.
On this day.
On this day.
Oh, mother, this world is strange.
Oh, mother, this world is strange.
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Tell me, mother, can you hear me sing?
Our service continues now with the celebration of the reading of Torah. At this time, we'd like to invite our bar and bat mitzvah students to join us for our hakafah. We ask all members of our adult choir who aren't really up on here on the bima, come join them if you're not already up here. We invite everyone to please rise.
And dance the whole night long. And Miriam was a weaver of unique variety. The tapestry she wove was one which sang our history. With every strand and every thread she crafted her delight. A woman touched with spirit, she dances toward the light. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long. When Miriam stood upon the shores and gazed across the sea, the wonder of this miracle she soon gave him belief. Whoever thought the sea would part with an outstretched hand, and we would march to freedom and point for the promised land. And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one who we've exalted. Miriam and the women dance and dance the whole night long. And Miriam the prophet took her timbrel in her hand, and all the women followed her just as she had planned. And Miriam raised her voice in song, she sang her praise and might. We've just lived through a miracle, we're gonna dance tonight. Everybody! And the women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Oh, say shalom, Biroma, Huya, say shalom, Aleinu, Be'al Kol Yisrael, Be'imeru, Amen. Oh, say shalom, Biroma, Huya, say shalom, Aleinu, Be'al Kol Yisrael, Be'imeru, Amen. Oh, say shalom, Biroma, Huya, say shalom, Aleinu, Be'al Kol Yisrael, Be'imeru, Amen. Oh, say shalom, Biroma, Huya, say shalom, Aleinu, Be'al Kol Yisrael, Be'imeru, Amen.
got a Barbie doll as a birthday present. I wasn't thrilled. Truth be told, I didn't like Barbie. Thank you. She didn't look like the people I knew. She was tall. She had fancy clothes. She had ridiculously high heels. She seemed fake. I tried to play with her, but I didn't know what to do. She seemed so far removed from my reality, I couldn't imagine her living my life in my neighborhood with the women I knew. So last summer, when Sisterhood decided to go see the Barbie movie, I have to admit I wasn't terribly excited. I thought the movie would be dumb, just like the dolls I had tossed in the closet. But I was surprised. The movie wasn't just so cute. It spoke to me. You know the famous monologue from the movie. You have to be thin, but not too thin, and you can never say that you want to be thin. You have to say that you want to be healthy, but also you have to be thin. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time. That's her line, not mine. You have to never get old, never be rude, never show off, never be selfish, never fall down, never fail, never show fear, never get out of line. It's too hard. It's too contradictory, and nobody gives you a medal or says thank you. And it turns out, in fact, that not only are you doing everything wrong, but also everything is your fault. I thought about this when looking at this week's Torah portion. Parshat Tzav goes into the nitty-gritty details of how each of the sacrifices the priests conducted in the ancient tabernacle was commanded to be performed. When Dan and I were looking at the portion, one idea kind of stood out to me. When someone comes to offer a sin offering, if they use a clay bowl or vessel to prepare the meat of the sin offering, the bowl becomes impure. And in order to purify the bowl, the priest must smash it on the ground. That seemed like such a paradox. The only way to purify the bowl was to break it into a bunch of broken shards. What do you do with it then? A midrash teaches that the shards of the broken vessels were miraculously absorbed by the floor of the Azarah, the courtyard of the tabernacle. Had this miracle not occurred, the floor would have become so filled with these shards as to make walking there impossible. So what does this teach us today, as Reformed Jews 2,000 years removed from the destruction of the temple in Jerusalem and the sacrifices they performed there? Well, it was possible to take the broken pieces of the shattered bowls and put them back together into a new vessel. That new vessel, comprised of pieces of formerly broken, impure bowls, was now considered completely pure. The fact is, none of us are Barbie dolls. None of us are perfect, and God doesn't expect us to be. Psalm 34:19 teaches, Karov Adonai lenishberei lev. Adonai is close to the brokenhearted. Each of us is flawed. We all have made mistakes, and we all carry regrets. It would be easy to think of ourselves like that pile of broken shards, remnants of errors and blunders and sins. But that's not who we are. We are the vessels that are recreated from those broken pieces. As Christy Bartlett wrote in her book about kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing ceramic vessels with gold-dusted lacquer, not only is there no attempt to hide the damage, but the repair is literally illuminated. We should not hide the scars of our faults and shame, but rather lift them up as a celebration of our healing and growth. Every one of those broken clay bowls came from a sin offering brought by someone who sought repentance, who not only acknowledged their mistakes, but wanted to atone and make their lives better. Could there be any better material we could use to build our lives than from the pure-hearted desire to fail forward and learn and grow? Maybe if we give ourselves permission to simply be ourselves, we will see that real beauty is found in our imperfect, flawed, and yet honest and real selves. If we can forgive ourselves for our failings and, like our ancestors, seek acceptance and renewal, then perhaps each day will be like Barbie said, today is the best day ever. So was yesterday, and so is tomorrow, and every day from now until forever. Shabbat Shalom.
It's my privilege to invite up to the Aliyah to the reading of Torah tonight all members of the Sisterhood board and chairs of all of the different Sisterhood events from this past year to come up, lead our Torah blessings. And our Ba'alat Koreh today will be Tammy Weissman.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBarach. Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam. Asher bachar banu mikra ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen.
Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, Zeh korban Aharon uvanav, Asher yakrivu la'Adonai, Beyom himashach oto, Asirit haifa solet, Mincha tamid, Machatzita baboker, Umachatzita ba'arev, Amachavat b'shemen, Te'aseh murbechet tivi'ena, Tufine minchat pitim, Takriv reach nichoach la'Adonai. Ve'hakohen hamashiach tachtav, Mibanav ya'aseh ota, chokolam la'Adonai kalil toktar. V'chol minchat kohen kalil tihiyeh lo te'achel. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el Aharon ve'el banav lemor. Zot Torat hachatat bimkom asher tishachet ha'olah tishachet hachatat lifnei Adonai kodesh kodashim hi hakohen hamechate ota yochlena B'makom kadosh te'achel, b'chatzar ohel moed, kol asher yigal b'vesara yikdash, v'asher yizeh midama al habeged, asher yizeh aleha, Techabes b'makom kadosh.
1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan totenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Mishaberach Imotenu Vavotenu, may the one who blessed our ancestors bless this bima full of strong women on this Shabbat. And it is my honor to read this blessing that was written by Rabbi Amy Grossblatt-Pessa, who wishes that she could be here with us, but is with us in her blessing. For the wisdom that you bring to the sisterhood and our temple, may you be blessed with intuitive understanding. For the strength that you bring to our community, may you be blessed with fortitude. For the programming, fun, and joy that you add to the life of the temple, may you be blessed with laughter and liveliness. For the Ruach spirit that you bring to all of your events, may you be blessed with the ability to refill your own wells. For the care and precision that enhances all of your sisterhood endeavors, may you be blessed with patience and mindfulness. For the love that you embody and share with all of us, may you be blessed with the unconditional love of the Shekhinah. Thank you for the work that you do to create a loving, holy community of strong women whose presence enhances, brightens, and invigorates Temple Bethel. May the Holy One bless you, granting you many years of health of body, mind, and of spirit, to which we all say, Amen.
Amen.
Please rise as the Torah is lifted.
V'zot haTorah shesam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. Al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe. Yai, 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 yai,
Sickness is unavoidable, but even the worst kind of illness can be made easier when one can surround themselves with the beautiful colors of a healing blanket made with time, care, and love. Our blankets are created with love to be given to those who are suffering, so members do not forget there is a whole community who love them.
These beautiful blankets are tapestries of love made with the sole intention of helping someone ill feel better. Our wish is that when they wrap the blanket around them, they will begin to feel whole again. One receiver of a healing blanket expressed to us in a thank you note that she felt we had expressed ourselves through light and love to those in need.
This Shabbat, we are thinking about Hannah Akawi, Jim Alexander, Fred Aronson, Fred Falcon, Diana Bennett, Arnold Bierman, Alan Berg, Margie Berman Block, Miriam Bashis, Ed Burns, Craig Karstens, Terry Cooper, Gerald Dicker, Jay Eichler, Sheldon Einstark, Mandy Friedlander, Marty Fromowitz, Larry Geis, Jennifer Goldberg, Heather Harkavy, Marsha Hoffman, Sandy Ingber, Susan Ivers, Ron Calver, Nadav Kamer, Ken Canoff, Fern Cantor, B. Klein, Murray Koppelman, Joan Kramer, Jeff Kranitz, Kenneth Landau, Stephen Lazarus, Rosie Loffer, Shira Macagon, Gary Malkin, Alan Merker, Stanley Miller, Wayne Pelletier, Ossie Perez, Barbara Perlmutter, Jay Petkov, Austin Pletz, Samantha Richards, Carol Romer, Kathy Rose, Alan Rosenfeld, Bertram Shapiro, Carl Shapiro, Marilyn Shapiro, Kenneth Shore, Avraham Schusterman, Fred Stone, Remy Turetsky, Joan Weidenfeld, Faina Weissman, Marilyn Weiss, Jerry Yellen, Jerry Zensky, and Judy Zimmerman. And to those names we add those that you are thinking about on this Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh HaCholim.
Mi shebera imotenu mekor habracha avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We continue with Aleinu on page 282.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגבור עלינו ככל המונם. אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר כהיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are truly blessed to have as a special guest with us this evening Orly Erez-Likhovski, who is the executive director of the Israel Religious Action Center, where she has served as director since November of 2022. She has worked as an attorney at the Israel Religious Action Center for the Reform Movement in Israel since 2004 and was director of the legal department of Iraq between 2014 and 2021. And in this capacity, she led the legal struggle against discrimination on the basis of religious affiliation, gender segregation in the public sphere, and racial incitement. Orly has led to significant, really truly amazing legal achievements in front of Israel's Supreme Court and in other elements of Israeli civil law, in helping to abolish gender segregation on public buses, breaking the Orthodox monopoly when it comes to the funding of salaries for rabbis, and disqualifying racist candidates from running for the Knesset. She is truly one of the most extraordinary leaders in the modern state of Israel today, and we are so grateful that she is joining us for this Shabbat.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. I'm so excited to be here with you to celebrate Sisterhood Shabbat just 3 weeks after we commemorated the International Women's Day. This day was dedicated by the UN in 1975 to honor a protest by women garment workers in New York on March 8, 1857. The Israel Religious Action Center has been promoting equality in Israeli society for many years, fighting discrimination on the basis of religion, race, and gender. Many of our fights focused on the rights of women. Our struggle for equality to the liberal streams brought about the funding of the state to reform and conservative rabbis, many of whom are women. We fight to make sure that in many cities in Israel there will be an option for an egalitarian prayer where a mother could stand next to her son on his bar mitzvah and a girl could become a bat mitzvah. We fight for an egalitarian prayer space at the Western Wall. Our Legal Aid Center for Olim, for new immigrants, assists thousands of new immigrants, and in the last 2 years we have assisted many Olim from Ukraine and Russia fleeing the war there, such as 14-year-old Anastasia, who is a great-grandchild of a Jew, and was not allowed to leave war-torn Ukraine for Israel until we helped her. Our Legal Aid Center also assists dozens of foreign women who are victims of domestic violence in their struggle to acquire Israeli citizenship after leaving their abusive husband when they face deportation. Thanks to our work, many of them have been allowed to stay in Israel. One of our most important issues is the fight against exclusion of women and gender segregation in the public sphere. 2 decades ago, the leadership of the ultra-Orthodox sector, all male, demanded the state to operate segregated buses where women sit at the back of the bus. The Israeli Ministry of Transportation sought to accommodate these demands. We challenged this in the Israeli Supreme Court and won a landmark decision in which the court ruled that bus drivers are not allowed to send women to the back of the bus. While we were pursuing the case in the Supreme Court, ultra-Orthodox women called us and said that they thanked God that there are Reformed Jews in the world because we are leading a fight they cannot allow themselves to fight. We also challenged outrageous practices like flight attendants on flight to and from Israel, forcing women to switch seats at the request of ultra-Orthodox passengers who were unwilling to sit next to women. Thankfully, courts at our request declared this practice illegal and compensated women who were forced to switch seats. We have also fought against discriminatory burial societies that barred women from eulogizing loved ones or imposed gender segregation on grieving families. We represented Orthodox women in a struggle against modesty signs hung in religious neighborhood in the town of Beit Shemesh, where women were told how they should dress in the public sphere. We also fought against the silencing of women's voices. We won a major class action suit against an ultra-Orthodox radio station which did not allow women to be heard on air. The station had to pay 1 million shekels in damages, and this money was then used to fund programs that empower ultra-Orthodox women. We also fight against the vandalizing and censoring of images of women in the public sphere. One example is a suit that we brought on my behalf against my HMO. In some of the clinics of this HMO, frequented by both secular and ultra-Orthodox patients, the HMO censored posters which included images of women, supposedly out of respect for ultra-Orthodox patients. Following the suit filed on my behalf, the HMO changed their policy, and now women are shown also in clinics catering for ultra-Orthodox patients. Our struggles have become more urgent and more important since the establishment in December of 2022 of the most extremist government Israel has ever had. A government which from its inception tried to push dozens of dangerous initiatives, such as attempting to legalize gender segregation in the public sphere in Israel. The new government threatened Israel's democracy, attempting to pursue a judicial coup, a series of legislative changes that aimed to overhaul the judicial system. These changes would have given the government that already controls Israel's parliament control over the nomination of judges and would have prevented the Israeli Supreme Court from striking down illegal government decisions and unconstitutional laws, thus leaving minorities such as Reform Jews, women, LGBTQ, and Israeli Palestinians with no protection from state discrimination. Luckily, the Israeli public flooded the streets for 40 weeks straight in an unprecedented pro-democracy protest. The Israeli Reform Movement joined the pro-democracy protest from the very first day under the slogan, "Defending Democracy in the Name of Judaism," because what the government attempted to do was neither democratic nor Jewish. We offered a humanistic Jewish alternative to the extremist and racist version of Judaism that the Israeli government was championing. The hundreds of thousands of Israelis who voiced their opposition to the dangerous initiatives of the government were joined by many liberal Jews outside of Israel who stood up for Israel's democracy. The protest made a difference. The judicial coup was prevented. The only component, which was ultimately enacted by the Knesset, a law preventing the Supreme Court from intervening in unreasonable government decisions, was struck down by the Supreme Court 3 months ago. The first 9 months of 2023 were challenging, but it was also uplifting to see the awakening of the Israeli liberal public, who for the first time stood up for the values we've been promoting for years. And then came the horrible events of October 7th. For the first few weeks, I, like many Israelis, volunteered, making food for soldiers, collecting toys and clothes for displaced families, donating blood. During those first few days when the atrocities were unfolding, two sources of light were shining in the general darkness that descended and engulfed us. First, the strength and resilience of Israeli society and the willingness of everyone around me to give a hand. All the government ministries failed to properly respond to the catastrophe, but Israel was saved by our civil society, which rose up to the task. And second, the love and support from Jews all over the world, which was heartwarming and kept me going through these hard times. October 7th was significant from the gender perspective in a number of ways. It was found out that before October 7th, there have been numerous occasions in which female Israeli soldiers, whose role was to observe the border with Gaza, as well as female intelligence officers, warned that Hamas was planning a major attack, but their male commanders dismissed these warnings as female hysteria. Before the war, ultra-Orthodox rabbis in Israel led a campaign against the service of women as combat soldiers in the IDF. However, on October 7th, female soldiers in various combat units around the Gaza Strip fought valiantly against Hamas intruders and saved many lives. After October 7th, the Israeli chief of staff of the IDF met the female soldiers who participated in the battles on October 7th and told them that the debate about women serving as combat soldiers is over because female soldiers would be given equal opportunities as men. We must also mention the horrible sexual crimes committed by Hamas against Israeli women, including the sexual crimes which have been committed and are now being committed to hostages still held in captivity. And we all read this week in the New York Times the testimony of Amit Sosna about the terrible experience she had when she was held hostage. The Israeli Reform Movement has been calling for the immediate release of the hostages as the #1 priority and held solidarity events with the hostage families, including Havdalah ceremonies every Shabbat at the Tel Aviv Square, where the families of hostages gather. We must do whatever we can to save all of the hostages, including the 14 young women who are still there: Liri, Noah, Karina, Agam, Shiri, Amit, Carmel, Daniela, Romy, Naama, Doron, Arbel, Eden, and Emily. We know that you have gone through a very difficult period too, both because of a grave concern regarding what is happening in Israel, and also because of the growing anti-Semitism here and the one-sided approach of the current crisis voiced by so many here. This week's Torah portion mentions the eternal light, the Esh Tamid. Esh Tamid tukad al mizbeach, lo tichbe. Fire shall be kept burning upon the altar continually, it shall not go out. The 19th century Rabbi Israel Salander, who was mentioned at the beginning of the service, once saw a shoemaker working late at night by the light of a flickering candle. The rabbi asked the man, "Look how late it is, your candle is about to go out. Why are you still working?" To which the shoemaker replied, "As long as the candle is burning, it is still possible to mend." The rabbi, deeply impressed, hurried to his students, telling them, "You see, as long as the candle is burning, it is still possible to mend." We are now in dark times, but our Esh Tamid, the eternal light of the values that show us the way, is still burning. And as long as they are burning, it is possible to continue to work for a better world. Our vision for a democratic Israel, which is the homeland of all Jews and which treats all its citizens equally, is more important now than ever. Despite the darkness that surrounds us, we know that we shall overcome this moment through the amazing energies of Israeli civil society, of liberal Jews in North America like you, and of the whole Jewish world. We will continue to fight for a just Israel and wish for better days of peace and quiet. Knowing that you are with us in this struggle is what keeps us going. Shabbat Shalom.
Truly, Orly, the work that you are doing is helping to realize the vision of the founders of the State of Israel, and in the words of Isaiah, that we as a people and as a nation should be an Or LaGoyim, a light to the nations, a state in which not only do we know the values of compassion and kindness, but also the values of justice and holiness. Thank you for the incredible, trust me, not easy work that you and your organization do. All of our tzedakah this evening is going to be directed to the Israel Religious Action Center. All your contributions will be matched by the rabbi's discretionary fund, so let's be as generous as possible. It's my privilege to welcome our congregation's president, Wendy Whalen, to offer announcements and greetings from our Board of Trustees.
Shabbat Shalom. It's wonderful to be with everyone on this very special Sisterhood Shabbat. At Temple Bethel, Sisterhood stands as a cornerstone of our community, embodying the timeless values of caring and connection. Sisterhood fosters a sense of belonging and camaraderie among our members, creating a vibrant tapestry of support and solidarity. One of the most cherished aspects of sisterhood is its ability to forge deep and lasting connections amongst our members. Whether through organized events, volunteer opportunities, or informal gatherings, Sisterhood provides a space for individuals to come together, share their joys and sorrows, and build very genuine relationships. These relationships extend beyond the walls of our temple, fostering a sense of connection that transcends barriers of age, background, and experience. And at the heart of sisterhood lies a genuine concern for the well-being of others. Sisterhood supports so many areas of our synagogue, from our little ones in the Early Learning Center to the oldest members of our congregation. I am so very grateful to our sisterhood leaders for cultivating a culture of compassion and love that enriches our temple and promotes our temple's mission. And now, I'd like to thank those who led us in blessings over candles, Jordan and his parents, Samantha and Josh, and Mazel Tov on your bar mitzvah, and to Stella and your parents, Lauren and Alan, and of course your sister Haley, who also was up here helping with Kiddush. Mazel Tov to you. Our rabbis, or male rabbis, picked some rather extraordinary women to go through life with, and one of whom, Amy Levin, we thank you for a beautiful Devar Torah, perhaps the only one I ever heard about Barbie. I loved it. And of course, to Rabbi Greg Weissman's wife, Tammy, for an extraordinary Torah reading this evening. We are so blessed to have both of you as part of our temple family. And of course, to all of the Sisterhood board members and chairs of all of our events, thank you for Torah blessings. On the bima tonight is Brooke Perez, who is one of our Board of Trustee members, who does an incredible job, not only serving the temple, but also our religious school. And you also heard from Gina Sugar, our Executive Vice President. Gina and I share a lot. We both have 3 sisters, but in the last few years, working together, leading this synagogue, we have become our own adopted sisters. And I can't wait for all of you to get to know her better in a short time when she becomes the next president of Temple Bethel. And as Rabbi Dan just said, Orly, thank you so much for being here and for the amazing work that Iraq does. I hope you join us tomorrow for Shabbat morning minyan. That's going to be at 10:45 at the Schaefer Family Campus.
Next week.
I just realized it said next Saturday. Sorry about that. So next Saturday morning, the enlightening experience will bring spiritual nourishment through song, prayer, and the study of Torah. And then you can join us for There Can Be Miracles, which is an afternoon filled with spirit and song as we prepare for Passover and reflect on what it means to be free. This is Sunday, April 14th at 3 p.m. here at Schaefer Family Campus. Our